Hey, what's going on out there? How y'all doing, man? You know I don't the rest of that stuff there, but that's my guy, my man DMX, man. You know I've been hitting them little verses every now and then. I get a chance to check one out and see what it's like. I think they've been pretty cool, especially those that respect each other, as artists and human beings. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just it's cordial. This is time putting some things together in light of this COVID situation, this pandemic that we in right now. So you got some smart men and women out there that's trying to not only just make a buck, but they trying to keep themselves busy and keep us entertained like they will be doing. Had the everything been a-okay. But anyway, I'm your host. I go by New, just a simple NEW. It's a nickname for those of you who have never been here with me before. Nickname given to me by one of my close and dear friends. May rest in power, my boy Don Q. And also, while you here, make sure all this is in there. Can you check one too? Yeah, we good. Okay, yeah. Also, while you in here, man, we have just one simple request. This is like a requirement when you come in and no fan and you join us here. You leave your bromances and your womances at the door. You got to leave it. We have intelligent sports dialogue conversation. Just strictly black and white. Maybe just a shade of gray in there. So if you got a love affair for a particular athlete, no matter who he or she may be, they have flaws. They all have flaws, and we wow, I'm funny like that. Anyway, and we that's what makes this fun. This is the reason why we created No Fan. We created No Fan so we can have a conversation that doesn't necessarily fit the mainstream talking points and dialogue. Everybody just ride these waves. Okay, so this is why No Fan is developed. We want to have engage with, as a former athlete myself. One of the things that always bothered me when I used to watch the sports and listen to some of the newscasts and different things like that, when they make that comment about the athlete that has lost a step. And that always bothered me. I mean, it's just like, you start and everybody started latching on to that. And then, even if an athlete has lost a step here, there, those true athletes find different ways to go get that money. Give them that chance to figure out another way to chase that dollar, get that money. The world and beat them up on and lost that stuff. So that's always been a sticking thing. So that's what we do here at No Fan. We're gonna have an intelligent, shit talking dialogue, back and forth conversation, debate about who's who and the topics or what have you. Most importantly, if you're joining us, hit the like button and thumbs up. Leave comments, whatever, share. And share this video as well. We want to get us out here, get out there and start, doing what we do. You can hit and check us out and follow us on the following DMs that's listed in the description once we finish this thing up. Also, while I'm here, before I get started into what I'm talking about today, let me read these disclaimers here. No Fan Sports Podcast is providing this podcast as a public service, but is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of No Fan Sports Podcast policy. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendations by No Fan Sports Podcast. The views expressed by the guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity that they represent. Views and opinions expressed by myself are those of my own and do not necessarily reflect the view of No Fan Sports Podcast or any of its officials or affiliates. I'm going to add that in there too. Also, fair use, because I'm going through this article. I got this article today, man. Oh, my goodness. I love my friends, my day ones, for those that may know me personally, eventually if you get to know me by way of this broadcast, whatever, most of the people that I run with always hung around was, we all play sports together. That's the thing that we had in common. We all play sports together, and so as you get older, or when you're young, you don't find you be like, I ain't gonna do none of that. I ain't gonna say none of that. But when you get older, you start remembering some of the things, and you always do the comparisons, man. You compare old school, new school, how things were back then as opposed to how they are now. And I was once a 20-year-old and younger, and you couldn't tell me nothing either back then. But it's funny. But these friends, man, my man sent me a very interesting article. Actually, an article that on a subject that I have been touching on for quite some time. I do this regularly within various chat groups that I'm in, and Facebook. All We Talk is Sports. Also over there, Split Decision, boxing. We chit chat, and this is what we do. So. He sent me an article. Let me hit this copyright. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107, Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, now that I got this out the way, I got that out the way. The title of this podcast, man, speaks for itself. Okay, the title speaks for itself. I'm going to I was sent the article that comes out of the Boxing Daily. Boxing News. This story is written by Jordan Ellis. Is dated for December 29th, 2020. Sean Porter rejects lowball. Sean Porter rejects lowball. Terence Crawford fight off. Okay. So now, before I even, I'm gonna read a few quotes from comments that Porter made himself from this particular article. And this is actually a fight that I have been suggesting to several. I'm online on my station, No Fan TV, any platform that I'm Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, any of them platforms out there. I'm on Blag Enough. This is a network. I think is put together by Dr. Boyce Watkins. Blag Enough. You can follow us over there too, just as well. I've been out there. This Terence Bud Crawford thing. This pound for pound status that's just like folklore, like when we had those GOAT conversations. These are just a strong opinions. It may be by a few, also maybe by many. When we go and look at the 147 welterweight division, and we look at the camps. We look at these camps. Spence is right now, I think he holds 3 of the belts or whatever. Just recently came off a great performance versus Danny Garcia. Okay. And this is after a rollover car accident that almost killed him. Should have killed him. And several other victories. We can go through his boxing record or whatever. Terence Crawford gained that status in the lighter weight as far as that pound for pound. He gained the status, was down at 135, 140, whatever it was or whatever. And we still looking at the body of work. If we still look at the body of work, though the folklore status is given, just like Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko held that status for a minute too. And we just seen what Lopez did for Lomachenko. And I'm not gloating or anything, because I actually like Lomachenko. I like Lopez, and I felt Lopez was tough enough, and it was a moment in there that Lomo could have came back and changed the tide, during the latter rounds, because Lopez hadn't never really been there before, but what he showed was grit. Young man got a lot of grit. He gonna be a force to be reckoned with in that division. And speaking of Lopez and Lomachenko, And I think you got some Garcias down there. Young Haney coming up down there. I think Gary Russell floated around down there. And some cats down there. I would have liked to have seen a Terence Crawford show against a Lomachenko. I know they fight out of the same camps, but they never fought one another. To my knowledge, I don't remember them fighting. That would have been a huge fight, right? And we talking about camp. So he over in Top Rank camp, and then Spence over in PBC, and Spence just had two performances with PBC fighters that was top champion belt holders. We talking about just recently Garcia and then Porter a year or so ago, whatever. So he managed to fight two top-notch caliber fighters in his camp. Why Lomachenko and Crawford didn't get down? I hear Arum talking about, you can't make no money off of Crawford, and I kind of understand why too, because y'all mismanaged him, and he mismanaged himself as well, as far as I'm concerned. If he ever sees this, he can like it and love it. Everybody in favor of voicing their own opinion. You had a chance to walk away from the man. You signed back with him, and things not going well. He placed the blame on you. You kind of so mum on how you want to place the blame, so to speak. But like I say about any other game and any other product that you place out in the market, product sell itself. Dope game, product sell itself. He who has the most wins. The best. Product sell itself. I don't have to promote you like that. You and Spence, Crawford and Spence is very intriguing, but you don't come from 140, come up to 147 with the resume and your list of fighters. Really, I'm not taking anything away from Crawford, because he's an exceptional fighter. I like him. I truly do. Many people think I'm a Bud hater. I love him. I think the dude is awesome. Actually, had a chance to visit down there in Omaha. I was in Omaha a couple years ago, Nebraska, hanging out with some family friends. Had a nice time down there. And, but at the end of the day, we still talking about resumes. So your resume work come from 140, jump up to 147, and we look at the body of work at 147. The 140 really, and threw a name out there too, that the 140 could have got down there. We talking about major money. You could have got money in your own backyard, had him and Lomachenko bump. Why they won't let that go down? Ain't nobody interested in that fight? Him and Lomachenko? At same weight, catch weight, however they have to get down. I don't know, but I sound like money to me. In the same backyard, Spence, Porter, and Garcia in the same backyard, right? Okay. All right, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing some stuff out here. I'm not an aficionado. I'm not the all on this. I'm just speaking my voice and speaking my opinion. And laying it down. So now we come up 147, and I see a lot of his fans keep talking about, they need to get down, but I've been always just like suggesting that he do what Tommy did. And this is like Tommy, my man, Tommy Hearns, Detroit legend. One of the greatest ever. I don't care about what you say when you talk boxing. Tommy Hearns' name, I think he's top 10. His name will be up there. Tommy Hearns. What Tommy did when he was going through the same kind of like situation, waiting to fight Sugar Ray Leonard. And I was a Tommy Hearns fan, and I used to love Sugar Ray Leonard too. Him and Howard Davis, the Olympics, man. Howard Davis was a beast. He was quicker than Sugar Ray. I don't know if many of you, I'm sure if you fight fans, you follow it, and y'all might remember Howard Davis. Howard Davis was a beast out there. Shout out to Howard Davis. As a matter of fact, I think he passed not long ago. correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if I don't want to put no bad news out there, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he did. It's just off the top of my head. Anybody failed to look that up and let me know, can correct me. I feel free to do so. And I apologize to the Howard family and himself if he hasn't. But while and I used to say, man, Sugar dodging Tommy, and I seriously still think he was. Tommy was different. You had a long dude with like heavyweight knockout power and an overhand right. Oh my goodness. It's somebody, there's one of them fighters out here right now. Somebody that just fought. I can't think of who it is. And when I see it again, I'm gonna mention it. Oh my goodness, he just finished fighting. I can't think of who it is now. But something about him kind of reminded me of something. I was like, man, you just need to see if you can meet up with Tommy Hearn and see if he'll teach you how to line up that overhand right. And what was so funny about that right, and I know you're in the heat of it, but this, Tommy will line you up. I'm gonna put it in me upset. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? And shortly thereafter this, it came. He lied. It was, go back and look. He put the sight on you. And shortly thereafter, bang, go look at that Pepino Cuevas shot. Go look at that Duran shot. Go look at them shots. And tell me them shots didn't come out like that. I can't, when I see that fight, I'm gonna think of what it is. But anyway, I felt the Sugar was dodging me, man. And so what Tommy did in the meantime, he started clipping them off. Oh, you beat you drew and beat Roberto Duran. The second fight was some controversy. The No Mas. I kind of understood the No Mas. He ain't do shit but run the whole time. As far as I'm concerned, that was Sugar thing. Sugar was a hell of a fighter. And don't get me wrong, he beat my man Tommy. That's why I respect Sugar still, though. Because even with all the running and the shaking and the moving and the slick ring generalship and all that, when it got time to really dig down inside and actually win a fight, this man dug down, knocked my man out. Even though the fight should have been called because that eyes was closed. And if I'm not mistaken, he's blind in that eye right now. And that detached retina comes from them overhand rights he was chasing from my man, Tommy Hitman Hearns. They fought a second time. In my opinion, and many others, Tommy beat him. I think Sugar has been on record as saying that, yeah, Tommy did win. They called that fight a draw. And that was a fight game back then. You know what I'm saying? And that still hold the case, every now and then. Now you'll see it now. But at the end of the day, before they even got in the ring, my man, Wilfred Benitez, chop, 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 chop. Tommy went out there chopping him down. If it was a name out there, Tommy went and chopped him down. And especially if it was a name out there and Sugar had chopped him, Tommy went and chopped that name down. That's what you do. I don't understand this any other way. I hear all this talk, and a lot of his fans from, he's scared. Then when he, Spence beat somebody, all this, what they say about Garcia? They say Garcia. Nah, to me, Danny, great champion. I'm not knocking him, but Danny a counterpuncher. And if you go back to any of Danny's losses, his L's came from fighters that put that work down, and they craftsmen as well. They L's. That's where his L's came from. You know what I'm saying? So even with Keith Thurman, and I still respect Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman would be a great fight. I think Keith Thurman would be a good fight for Crawford as well. I like to see Thurman and Spence. I like to see Thurman and if Thurman and Porter wanted to go at it again, I'll watch them all. And Thurman need all those fights. All the time he was running around there playing them hand games and playing his little flute, sitting around being a flautist. Now you starving and asking for fights. And they doing like, man, this shit. You ain't give me one, fuck you. Everybody doing it now. But hey, to each his own. And you kind of deserve it. I mean, because that's the way you was acting. Were you scared, or you just, what you doing? I didn't understand it either. I thought he was a beast. I still think he's a good fighter. He'd be worth. I'll watch it. But you can't shit on Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia. This dude, Errol Spence. Everybody, he called man down. Everybody you put in his face. And if I'm not mistaken, Mikey was once listed as a pound for pound. Okay. You put him in front of him, he beat him however y'all think he can't do it. He beat him however y'all think he can't do it. He said, man down, damn it, it's been man down. So Bob Arum is complaining about he can't make no money off of blood. And they both kind of like pointing fingers at one another, so to speak. But he resigned with the dude. And then if the pound for pound status ain't enough, the product sell itself. You can't make no money off the pound for pound. What pound for pound do I can't remember a mythical pound for pound fighter that wasn't getting no bread when he got lined up. So that shit don't make no sense to me. But yet and still, the fans, the promoter, still barking and yelling and telling us this, that, and the other thing, and we ain't seeing no action. We ain't seeing no action. Okay, so all this, all this chit chat about, just get Spence. No, you don't just jump up and get Spence, man. You don't just walk up. You don't just walk up and just say I'm fighting Spence. It don't work like that. So, like I just said about my man Tommy, he worked while Sugar was running around, or he was scared, or whatever you want to call it, whatever they say Spence is. Tommy went and knocked him out. He was just chopping down trees. Okay, so apparently, Bob Arum says, and again, this article comes from "If Sean Porter Rejects Lowball Terence Crawford Fight Offer," written by Jordan Ellis, December 29th, 2020. Says here, Sean Porter has rejected $1 million offer to fight unified welterweight champion Terence Crawford. The former WBC and IBF title holder dismissed the lowball offer from Top Rank and Bob Arum. Speaking on the Porter Way podcast, Showtime opened up about the disrespectful offer he received for a fight with Crawford. He said, "I'm not taking $1 million. I've done the best I could in sending the message to Bob Arum, and I've also know people that know Bob. I've told them, tell Mr. Arum, I don't mean any disrespect, and I know he doesn't. If you're going to lowball me, don't do it. If you feel that's how you get out of fight me, that's weak. Don't do it. However, if you want to make a fight happen, don't lowball me. I'm worth more than $1 million. $1 million. I'm going to keep it clean as possible, but I'm not fighting Terence Crawford for $1 million," said Porter. Okay. So if you only offer Sean Porter $1 million, let's do some math. I was only good in a couple things when I was, growing up, man. I love math and sports. Gym, that was my thing, whatever. That was my thing, baby. Okay, so let's do the math. If you only feel that a Sean Porter fight can generate you enough money to pay him $1 million, well, shit, how much you gonna give? How much you gonna plan on giving Crawford? And if he only worth $1 million, who in the fuck you think buying that fight? Shit, because if you only offer Porter $1 million, hell, Crawford couldn't make no more than $2 million. Then is the fight even worth having? So to me, that wasn't no lowball. That's a no smoke fight. That's a I don't want no smoke offer. Now, before y'all get all up in arms, I'm not saying from who it came from. It could have came from Crawford. It could have came from Arum. Could come from both. We don't know. But if you're trying to chase down Spence, why not walk down the other cats he didn't already knock down? Sound like to me, as you walk down that tree, following, when you get to the end of the breadcrumbs, you find out where the witch is hiding. And you go in there and beat the witch. That's how you do this. And you getting paid all the while because oh my goodness, the anticipation is just growing. This gonna be done within a 2-year time span. Could have been done. But see, you trying to talk your way into a big fight. You ain't Aaron. No. Spence, I don't see nothing that you had to offer to actually beat him. And I think you're a dog. I think he a dog. But I don't see nothing that's that exclusive where that's just me. I don't see nothing that's exclusive where he feel for fear. And this is to his fans, you know. So instead of we keep on asking and talking and these lowball offers, man, take the Porter fight. Y'all pay that man. Now that y'all only put that $1 million out there, that he didn't let it be known you only put $1 million out there. Who else you gonna pay some real money for it now anyway? Crawford won't make no money. Y'all terrible on both sides as far as I'm concerned. With the top rank issue. Dude, Crawford, once this is over, that contract over, when, man, get the fuck out of there. Even if you stay with yourself, go holler at Floyd. I don't know where you're going. You got to get out of there because both of y'all not handling business right over there. And then pointing the fingers, and I hear all this chatter about Spence scared, Spence this, he don't want this. Man, take that Porter fight. I want to see it. Porter be a great measuring stick. Any way you slice it. I don't know what sane fighter who wants some bread wouldn't take that fight. And if you feel you can whoop his ass. Show everybody. It's some bread there. That's some bread on the table. But they say it's some meat on that bone. It's some meat on that bone. So, you know, I want to try to keep this short as possible, man. I could go on for hours about this particular topic, but you know, this whole Spence scared thing, just give me this Spence fight. Man, Porter it's a fight right there, man. It's a major fight. And before I read this article, y'all was only offered this man $1 million. I'd have been willing to pay to see the fight. I've been asking about this. This would be a great fight. Sean Porter, no matter how you feel about him as a fighter, is a problem. He a problem. Showtime. He gonna make you uncomfortable. That's what fighting is about. How uncomfortable you can make the other cat. Sean Porter, at the end of the day, man, this guy it's showtime. I'm tooting his horn. I'm a massage your shit. Because all you cats out there that be holding on to Crawford, let me put my hands up so y'all can see. Because this how y'all be. You know what I'm saying? See if his sperm count together seem like. You know what I'm saying? I think he got about 6 kids, just had one. You know what I'm saying? I see why. You know, y'all keep his, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep him massaged. All this, you know, them soldiers is getting out there to go fight through that, you know, break that wall down. Because his fan base keep him massaging him. So I'm massage Porter. That's a fight, man. That's a fight. I don't understand what the problem is. Offer this man $1 million. Sean Porter. Coming off a performance against the guy y'all chasing. Coming off a performance that some may even thought he at least got a draw out of the fight. Now you done fucked up the money on the Spence fight. You go, you know what? I'm done with this. I can't keep going. This is comical. Man, y'all get at me, man. Check them DMs again. I'm your host. I go by New, just simple NEW. Like to thank you for joining me and No Fan TV. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, man. We go get this in. We're gonna try to crank this up a little bit, crank it up a little bit more. In the description should be all the DMs and different things like that. You can follow us on here. Follow us here at No Fan Sports Podcast. Again, I'm your host. Thank you for joining me. I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.